y'all need to hear this story. This is why we do what we do at Unique Mecca Audio. The body cam footage shows New York City Correctional Officers plummeting a handcuffed man in a fatal beating. I've been through this, so I know what he's going through. Let me turn some of these lights on, man. Get this right. All right? I know what he's going through. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to show you some pictures, some videos. I'm going to tell you some real crazy stories about how this is the norm. It's just now they have body crime. If you not subscribed, please subscribe. If you subscribe, please hit the notification bell and follow me at Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories to get more of these stories. And you can hit my prison story catalog here and follow me at Mecca Audio TV. Let's get this thing moving. All right? You know what time it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. This brother, Robert Brooks, 43, was locked up doing 12 years in the correctional facility. And while he's locked up for 12 years in the correctional facility, they carried him all kinds of ways. Here's a picture that I want y'all to see. This is what happened. He was transferred from one prison to this prison. The officers that brought him there from the other prison, they sat back and they watched as they terrorized this young man. Yes, he violated the law. He was serving his time, but he has what they call human rights. The way they treated this man is unacceptable. He was handcuffed. They beat him. They even beat him with a shoe. The man is handcuffed. They ripped his clothes off. Let me show you a picture so you could understand what's going on, right? They kicked him. They did everything under the sun to this man. Look at this picture here. Can you believe this is a correction officer, and the legs you see in the green is the man handcuffed to a gurney. He's handcuffed to a gurney, and this is what a correction officer do. They walked him into prison handcuffed behind his back. You understand? I know this too well, right? And then they beat him. You got them, one punch him in his ribs, one punch him in his groin, one punch him in his face. I can't show you the pictures, but please just type in Marcy State Prison video pictures, and you'll see everything you need to see. Just letting you know that we are the trying times, man. And the reason why we do what we do over here at Mecca Audio is simple. And I want to give a round of applause to Murder Moo. He did his battle out in Detroit. He invited me to come out there. He crushed them. So let's give him a round of applause. All right, relax, y'all, relax. This is a young man trying to find his way. I'm getting ready to show you so you know who Murder Moo is, and you can see that I am reaching the youth. So for all you rat bastards, flip-flop wearing in public trolls, please exit my channel. If you stay, don't leave a comment. Just read the comments of the civilized people and the subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Now, let me let you hear from Murder Moo himself. All right? Remember, we're doing breaking news over here. This is straight breaking news. Now, Murder, what you got to say? All right? Let's get him up here so we can get this thing right. And, you know, let me put him in over here because I like when I put Murder Moo in because Murder Moo speaks for the people, for the young people, so you know who's watching my program. All right?
Hey, what's going on, man? Murder Moo, Harlem, you know what it is, man. I just want to express how much gratitude I got for Unique, you know what I mean? I was telling him a story, telling him how I felt about, you know, if anything was to go wrong with my career, rap-wise, if, should be slow, and I got so many opportunities to be able to do the wrong shit. When I watch Unique Mecca Audio, I feel it, and to my soul, and that's keeping me farthest away from doing anything criminal. Anything criminal. He made me think straight, honestly. Made me think straight, because I've been watching him for about a year, like a year now, maybe. And it just took my mind way off of that. Way off of that. From a year ago, it got rough. For a year ago,
Yeah.
and from watching this man, I just felt like, you saved me. You saved me. And I just want to show my gratitude, and I want to say thank you, man. Unique Mecca Audio, anything you need, brother, from me.
All right.
Anything you need, man.
All right.
Love. And it was going.
All right, so that's where we at. That was Murder Moo. That's why we do it here. Now, this man was brought into the prison to be transferred. So I'm gonna take you for a ride, and I'm gonna tell you about my experience of the same thing, except they didn't fatally beat me. I survived. It was January 3rd. The anniversary is getting ready to come up. It was January 3rd, 1996. I entered ADX Supermax Florence, where they have Wayne Perry, Pistol Pete, the Unabomber, I think he just passed. Matula Shakur was there. Harris Elmo was there. Dave Ford was there. So many of us was there. But when they bring us into the prison, right, they flew me from Oklahoma. Let me run it back. You know I like to ride. I'm all over the place. Let me ride. Okay. I was accused of allegedly starting a riot and using a fan to make what we call in Jamaica a one pop, to fire one bullet. But they said that I allegedly fired many bullets, and the bullets was in the form of a pool ball. We had pool tables in the prison at the time, so they said this is what they said now. Now they said that I took the fan, broke the fan apart. You know what I mean? And I took the motor from the fan, put it in the hole from the fan. You know those big base fans that stand up, them old fans? They said that I took that all apart, and I took the pool balls from the tables, allegedly, and put them in the hole, and I jammed the motor from the fan in the hole, and it shot the pool balls out. They had chicken wire in the front of the prison gate, and the balls was going so fast, about 200-300 miles an hour. It went through the prison gate and zoomed by the police, and all types of heck broke loose. They came in. They beat us like we stole something. It was 63 brothers in the unit. They beat everybody. Everybody wasn't allegedly involved, but they beat us so bad. When they took me out of there, I had handcuffs on. I was handcuffed behind my back like this, right? And they had the big VHS video cameras on their shoulders, because this is back in 1995, right? October 27, 1995, right after the October 16th Million Man March, where Farrakhan marched on the Capitol. Now, the police was mad at Farrakhan, so they take it out on us, and they just turned down the 100-to-1 ratio for crack and powder. If you don't know what the 100-to-1 ratio for crack and powder is, that's why you come to Unique Mecca Audio, and that's why the Cash App is on the screen. I don't care if it's $1, $5, or whatever. Show some love. Hit the icon. Make sure it say the account was created in 2020. The one with the picture of me is not me. That's a rat bastard. All right? Just so you understand. But now, they came in and they beat us, and when they took me out handcuffed, I'm cussing at the camera like some old cop stuff, school you mother, and I had all my teeth in my mouth, right? They take me down in the basement while I was flexi-cuffed. They didn't even have handcuffs. Flexi-cuffs is the plastic, binders that they use. They flexi-cuff my wrist, behind my back, and my ankle, and then they took another flexi-cuff and they flexi-cuff my wrists and my ankles together, where I was like hog-tied on my stomach. I'm laying down like this with my feet up, and they tied to my wrists as well. And They left me down there like that for 18 hours and they beat me. I'm already handcuffed, flexi cuff. I'm subdued. They beat me so bad. I'm laying over on my stomach with my feet up, and all I remember is this big racist correction officer saying, "Turn him over, turn him over." They spun me over on my feet and my back, right? And I'm looking up, and they took their boots and they put it between my head, and they held my head straight with their boots where I couldn't move. I'm trapped. And they took an axe handle and they banged out my four front teeth because I had gold teeth with diamonds in my mouth. I'm in Pennsylvania, Amish country. They're not used to seeing New Yorkers. This was at the beginning of the war on drugs. These are the things they don't want y'all to remember, but these are the things that I have to give you so that the young people know that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm honored that I'm reaching brothers like Murder Moo. All right? If I'm reaching you, put it in the comments. Let me know if I'm reaching you with my channel and my stories. But they held me down and banged out my four front teeth. Listen, I swallowed my teeth. After they took me up and put me in a cell, they put me in a cell with 10 other men in a cell that only hold 2 men. We sleeping on the floor, we sleeping wherever we could sleep. And while I was up there and I had to go to the bathroom, I felt something hard. You know what I mean? Pause. You know? That was my tooth coming through my feces. They knocked my teeth down my throat and I defecated it out. And then after that, I stayed there that was in October. I stayed there until January. They sent me to Oklahoma. I get to Oklahoma. And when I get to Oklahoma, they're going to tell me they wanted to give me a TB shot. Because anytime you go to a new jail, they give you a tuberculosis shot. That's what TB stand for. So they gave me the shot there. I let them give it to me willingly. I didn't want it, but I let them give it to me. So now the next morning, they airlift me and fly me out to Florence, Colorado, to 80X Supermax. When we get to 80X Supermax, it's like underground. So they had a bus that went down a ramp that went down and down and down and down until you got in the basement. When I got off that bus, there was about, let me see if I get a picture to give you a visual of what we're talking about. There were so many police standing up down there that it was ridiculous. You know what I mean? They had about 20 police standing there at the time, and we had to go walk through these police while we was handcuffed and shackled. As we handcuffed and shackled, and I'm walking through that crowd, they beat me so bad again. They beat me, they kicked me. Only thing they couldn't do was spit on me because they had on what they called the Ninja Turtle gear. That's where it looked like a catcher. You ever seen a catcher with the chest mask and the knees covered up? And you know what I mean? They had all of that, and they beat me, man. And then they took me in to the 80X Supermax and they took me in a holding cell. And while I'm in the holding cell, a nurse came in. When the nurse came in, she said she wanted to give me a TB shot. I said, nah, they don't beat the crap out of me. Nah, I'm not giving them nothing willingly. So I told them, nah, you know what I mean? I already had one yesterday. You could check. So she had me stick my arm out and they give you the TB shot right here. And if it's positive, the TB shot, what they do is they give you TB to see if you have TB. Like how they give you the flu to see if you got the flu and they call it a flu shot. They gave me TB and it was supposed to swell up like a little lump if I was positive for TB. I didn't have TB, so it was smooth. So they went in, and when I told them they gave me the shot, they looked at my arm. They said, we don't see no puncture hole. We don't see no swelling. I said, you don't see no swelling because I don't have TB. They said, well, you got to take another one anyway. And I said, nah, I'm not taking nothing. But mind you, I'm handcuffed and shackled, and I'm telling these big racist Europeans that, I'm not giving them nothing. And you see the way that officer's up there kicking that man. That's the way the police picked his foot up. And he kicked me dead in my chest and knocked the wind out of me. He kicked me so hard, right? When he kicked me with my chest, it was like my chest was a sponge. And then it hardened up around his feet. You know what I mean? And everywhere he moved his feet, my chest moved. It felt like my chest sucked his feet in. And I'm sitting there And he picked his other foot up and held on to the desk like this, man, and double kicked me across the room. I fell down on the ground and they all jumped on me. They beat me so bad they helped me down and stuck my arm out and hit me with what they call a TB shot. Then about 3 days later, they come to check that TB shot. So when they come to check that TB shot, now it's swollen. You know what I mean? And they're telling me, oh, you test positive for TB. I said, no, I don't have TB. They tested when I came 3 days ago and I didn't have it. You know what I mean? They said, well, we tested and you got it. I said, no, I have TB. My thing is swollen because y'all beat me down there like a runaway slave. That's why my arm is swollen because y'all beat me. You forgot that beating? And they said, well, anyway, we got to give you medication. And I said, whoa, I'm not taking nobody medication because when I was on the airplane, they was bringing, rest in peace, Dr. Matula Shakur out and from ADX, and they put him on the plane and they gave me his position in ADX Supermax. So now Dr. Shakur told me on the plane, whatever you do, youngin', because you wild, I already feel your spirit, don't take their medication. So when they mentioned medication for TB, I said, I'm not doing it. And once again, they sent for what they call the goon squad, because they nothing but a bunch of goons, AKA the Ninja Turtles. You know what the Ninja Turtle looked like, all swollen? That's how they came in, sent about 8 big Europeans so big they had to duck to get in the cell. All of them came in there and they plummeted on me and they beat me again. And they asked me like I was Kunta Kinte. You know, they asked Kunta, what's your name, boy? You know what I mean? They said, you ready to take the TB medication, boy? I said, I'm not taking nothing. And they went to whooping me again. Listen, man, I'm not even handcuffed, but I'm swinging and punching and carrying on, and all I'm hitting is this big protective gear. And they going at it with me. They going at it, right? I didn't stand a chance. I got my kick. I'm letting it know what it is because this is not to brag. This is just to let you know how serious it get in the prison. And unfortunately, this young man, Robert Brooks, lost his life behind that beating. But I survived my beating, and I'm here to tell you about it so you don't wind up in prison to wind up like I was and wind up losing your life. All right? So now, they had this man, and please go look at this videotape because you must see with your own eyes what they do. They had this man handcuffed, and then they went and got shackles, put shackles on him. But first, they ripped his pants off. He's handcuffed. They ripped his pants off, right? And they beating him in his groin. They're punching him in his stomach. They're punching him in his face. There's even a picture, you know what I mean? There's even a picture of them beating him with a shoe. Now, what reason could you have for beating a man, another human being, with a shoe? Does that make any sense to you? Somebody please tell me where this, is necessary, allowed, or warranted. Please tell me so I understand, But these people here, look, you see how they have him strapped down on the gurney, right? That's what they did to me because we like to ride. That's what they did to me in another incident. They called this incident force feeding. How do you force feed a human being? Somebody please explain to me in the comments, how do you force feed a human being? Well, I'm going to tell you. See the way he's down and they hold him down? That's the way they had all these police holding me down on the gurney, right? And they got, on the gurney, they got a metal hook, right? That goes like this for your hands. They put your hands in it. Then they got 2 down here for your feet and you strap down. And all you could do is wiggle. And they got something for that too. Then they put a big leather strap like this around your waist and tighten it so you can't even wiggle your waist, your feet tied down, your hands tied down. And then they hold you back and they put this big, pause, no he cipher, monkey cipher. They put this black block in your mouth that look like this. And you're supposed to sit there and hold it like that. And when you do that, they take a hose, right? See, I'm giving y'all a graphic description. They take a hose, a long hose about 2 feet. They stick it down your throat. While you're on your mouth open, they sticking the hose down your throat. And then they put liquid in you. And when that liquid go through you, you can feel the liquid going through every fiber of your being, and it's nasty, and you can't breathe, and you're trying to breathe with a hose down your throat, and these men holding you down like they're doing this man. Welcome to prison. That's why I'm so proud and honored when I ran into this brother Murder Moo, and
Hey, what's going on, man? Murder Moo, Harlem, you know what it is, man. I just want to express how much gratitude I got for Unique. You know what I mean? I was telling him a story, telling him how I felt about, if anything was to go wrong with my career, rap-wise, if should be slow, and I got so many opportunities to be able to do the wrong shit. When I watch Unique Mecca audio, I feel it, and I like to my soul, and that's keeping me farthest away from doing anything criminal. Anything criminal. He made me think straight, honestly. Made me think straight, because I've been watching him for about a year, like a year now, maybe. And it just took my mind way off of that. Way off of that. From a year ago, it got rough. For a year ago,
yeah.
And from watching this man, I just felt like you saved me. You saved me. And I just want to show my gratitude, and I want to say thank you, man. Unique Mecca Audio, anything you need, brother, from me.
All right.
Anything you need, man.
All right. You see what I'm saying? That's why I do what I do. Like he said, he feel it in his soul. Because I know you feel it in your soul, because that's what I'm talking to you with. This is called soul to soul on the highest level. You don't want to go to prison. You don't want to break the law. You don't want to hit the streets. You don't want none of that. I know mothers that lost their children. I know fathers that lost their children. Let's ride with Big Dirk. Let's ride with Big Dirk and Lil Dirk. Big Dirk bowed his head for over 3 decades praying to get home to his children that he left behind. Lil Durk was an infant when he went behind. Now he's a grown man. He's out there doing his thing, and he's following in his footsteps, and he's trying to get out there to get him out those footsteps. And then he makes it out after 3 decades. No one talks about Big Dirk. No one talk about the fathers. But I'm here to do that now. Follow me at Instagram. It's on the screen. Cash App is there. I don't care if it's $1 or $5. If this content ain't worth $1, I don't know. Everybody watching this should donate $1. At the very least. But Big Dirk, when he comes home, he loses his oldest son, D-Thing. Got unalived from gun violence. So he had to deal with that after 30 years praying to get home to D-Thing. And then his baby son gets picked up by the feds and charged with the same thing they charged him with, similar meaning federal charge, and now he's looking at the rest of his life in prison if Allah don't hear his prayer. And that's why we need to send our prayers out to whoever it is we worship for Big Dirk and Little Dirk and their mother and their family members and everyone else that, got caught up in the system, and all the victims. Rest in peace to the ones that lost their life. I lost my brother. He got 2 to the head. Police brought the pictures in because I be riding. And right now, I'm just talking from my heart and my soul. They brought me in, right? See, I just gave y'all 2 little scenarios of my life, trying to prevent you from walking down the path so you don't wind up in these bars laying on this this bed, behind me. That's the bed, that little white thing. That's the bed. You see, that's how thick the mattress is that I laid on for 26 and a half years. I ain't gonna say 26 and a half years, because after about 15 years, you know, I stopped taking the mattress. I stopped taking the mattress. I'm gonna tell you why. I stopped taking the mattress in my cell because when I was in ADX and when you go in certain, shoes, that's called special housing unit, that's solitary confinement, for punishment, being that you're already locked in a cell and ain't got nothing. Could you believe that these Europeans take the mattress from you and tell you that you got to go 3 days without a mattress because they don't like something you did in the cell or something you said in the cell, and they take your mattress and you got to sleep on this metal bed. In ADX, it was cement. But in the regular prisons, it's a metal bed. So I don't even want your mattress. When they took it, after about the third time of taking it, and they came to bring it back like, here, you're a good boy. You can get your mattress back. I said, nah, you know what? You keep it and put your kids on it. Make your kids sleep on the mattress. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, go play with your kids in the mattress, because you're playing with a grown man. You're playing with a gangster. And gangsters don't play these games. Go play those games with those flip-flop wearing in public trolls or those rat bastards. You can't give me something and take it back from me and tell me that it's right. So I told him keep the mattress. So for the next 15 years, about 15 years, I slept on that cold tin at night, and I put a blanket on it on the bottom, because they give you a blanket. I put the blanket on the bottom, and they see that thin sheet? That was my blanket. I had to use the blanket to keep the cold from settling in my bones, laying in that cold cell. If this is what you want for yourself, I'm telling you, they got it for you. They have it for you, man. Look how they're treating this man laying down. They force feed me like that. Look at this. Look how he's kicking another human being that's handcuffed on his back. Could somebody tell me if this is right to you? Oh, y'all gonna put in the comments, he broke the law, he should get whatever he get. That's what I think of those that say that. But we don't promote violence. We just keep it gangster. Robert Brooks lost his life in prison serving a 12-year sentence, and it's going to come out what happened. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, he probably had an assault on an officer in the other jail that he came from. But what I find ironic is that, and I'm going to explain to you why. Why do you think that the officers that brought him there to turn him over to these men treating him like that, and you see the man in the back with the white shirt, that's called a sergeant. He's their superior, and he's sitting there, chilling, watching it. Somebody explain this to me, because I'm really lost right now. How could human beings do this to other human beings and call this rehabilitation? What part of this is rehabilitation? But let me explain this to you. 9 times out of 10, he had an assault on an officer of some kind in the other jail, or now he comes to their jail and they're making an example of him, and they intended to beat it out of him to let him know what you got away with at the other jail that's bringing you here, you're not going to get away with over here. And they ripped his clothes off, stripped him butt naked, then went and got shackles and shackled his feet and picked him up with the handcuffs behind his back like this, and dragged him by his feet while he's naked and beating him in his groin and just threw him in a cold cell. And then went back in there and beat him again. And the craziest part of it all, I just don't have enough pictures that I'm looking for, but they even had the nurse there. Oh, here it is. That's the nurse in the hoodie. Does that look like the nurse to you? That's supposed to be the nurse. At what point was the nurse supposed to say, stop? You're going to unalive him. Stop. This is inhumane. At what point do they say that? I've been on here long enough. I'm about to get emotional because I feel my tears welling up. And anybody that don't understand that gangsters got feelings too and emotions, but we know how to control them. Remember, women is governed by their feelings and emotions. That's what moved them forward. But men were governed by our instinct and desire to survive. And that's all I did was survive. I don't get kudos for surviving, because that's what I was supposed to do. Rest in peace to Robert Brooks. And please, anyone in earshot, young, old, male, female, whatever race, creed, nationality, color, whatever, please refrain from breaking the law. All right? Cop the book of Raw in Harlem. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I got more of these prison stories at Unique Mecca Audio Prison Story. Please go there and check them, or check the playlist on this channel. I got over 200 graphic stories that would take you into the world that I was subjected to by my choices to poison my community and break the law. And I accepted that. But under no circumstances and at no point was they supposed to have me tied down to a gurney and treat me like this. Cop the book of Raw in Harlem. Hit the QR code on the screen at work and subscribe at Mecca Audio TV and Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories, and share it with a friend to share it with a friend to share it with a friend. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio.
Hey, what's going on, man? Murder Moo, Harlem, you know what it is, man. I just want to express how much gratitude I got for Unique, you know what I mean? I was telling him a story, telling him how I felt about, if anything was to go wrong with my career, rap-wise, if, should be slow, and I got so many opportunities to be able to do the wrong shit. When I watch Unique Mecca Audio, I feel it, and to my soul, and that's keeping me farthest away from doing anything criminal. Anything criminal. He made me think straight, honestly. Made me think straight, because I've been watching him for about a year, like a year now, maybe, and it just took my mind way off of that. From a year ago, it got rough. For a year ago,
Yeah.
and from watching this man, I just felt like you saved me. You saved me. And I just want to show my gratitude, and I want to say thank you, man. Unique Mecca Audio, anything you need, brother, from me.
All right.
Anything you need, man.
All right.